gosh. Where's Tweez at? Ducking the smoke. Ducking the smoke. It's duck season. Come on, Tweezy Weezy. Yeah, Tweez coming in. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where he at? Where he at?
Yeah, I'm here.
There he is.
I fucking stomach can't hurt. That's the bathroom, bro. My bad. Oh, that shit
we're,
was.
we're
That shit was.
recording. We're recording.
Hey, that's fine,
What's up,
bro. I
Tweet?
just. Hey,
Ron's
what up,
here.
bro? What up? What up? That was disgusting, bro.
Oh man, you had to get
Yeah,
it out,
yeah.
huh? Yeah.
Like,
Lunch
it couldn't
sometimes be
even.
getting you.
Yeah. How much I missed? I know I'm kind of late.
We
So how
haven't
much I
officially
missed?
started yet. We just been small
Oh,
talking, just looking over
oh,
stats
bet.
and stuff.
All right,
We just
bet.
waiting for
Yeah.
you, you know. We
Oh,
just
for
wanted to make
sure.
sure you wasn't trying to duck the smoke today. So that's all we were trying to make.
Who is trying to duck the smoke, bro? That ain't
I don't
never been
know. I
done in
mean, you
brother.
wasn't answering text messages. You wasn't answering phone
X from what
calls.
text?
I texted you. I was like, "You ready?"
Oh,
And
but
I
I
text.
couldn't get a text from you until y'all came back in the second
Oh,
half. Let's
oh,
talk about it.
is that what it
Oh,
was? Oh, is that what it was?
can
Okay.
we get to
Hold
it?
on, hold on,
Let's go. Let's
hold on,
do it.
hold on,
Let's do
hold
it.
on,
I'm
hold
here.
on,
I'm
hold on,
here. I
hold
can't
on, hold
wait. I'm
on, hold
here.
on, hold on.
What's up?
Welcome back to the pod, you guys. We are the fourth rounders. Welcome back. We are having an exciting episode today because we just had the AFC and the NFC championship games. But we'll get into that in a second. As you can see, it's going to get a little spicy today. But we appreciate y'all for watching, for tuning in every single week. Appreciate y'all for watching this whole season. We're coming down to the end. Only a couple episodes left for the season. But if you watch this on YouTube, make sure you like, share, subscribe, share it with a friend. Look at other content that we have on the YouTube channel. That we do more than just a podcast, so go look at that stuff. And if you watch or you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure you leave a 5-star rating. Drop some comments there as well. We'll go look at that. We love talking to you guys. So, you know, if you guys have anything you disagree with, let us know and we'll talk about it on the pod. Okay. But as always, I'm your boy Will. We got Tweez here with us. We also got Ron back. So Ron is here with us as well today. But how you guys doing, bro? How you guys
Doing
doing?
good, man. Doing good, man.
We
Outside of
got the
having used
SF
the
today. Everyone's wearing SF today. I appreciate it. You know,
yeah.
we got to recognize San Francisco, you know, as a great organization, great area to have a sports team. So awesome job. But how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I just came out the bathroom, man. That was kind of whack. I'm not gonna lie to you. But outside of that, I've been all right, man. I've been cool, man. Had a couple of days to kind of like evaluate the situation in particular. Obviously, my squad is not in the Super Bowl, unfortunately. But hey, man, when you playing the GOAT, man, you gotta beat him, and yeah, we failed at that one. So yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Okay, so you doing good. Ron, how you doing, man? Good to have you
I'm
back.
doing good, man. I'm doing good. You know, we live to fight another day. So, as Niner fans, we've been here before, though, right? We've been to the NFC Championship game. We've been to the bowl. We got to get over the hump, man. I said I want to see a Super Bowl in my lifetime, man. So, we'll see. So, I'm not overly excited, but, I'm more kind of cautiously excited. So, we'll
Yeah.
see.
Mm,
2 more weeks of stress. So, we'll see.
Bro,
that
I'm
part.
like, after these last couple of games, I'm just like, I don't know if I can watch Niner games anymore because I just get so stressed out. Where Tweez go?
You mean second man, Jesus.
Oh, okay, I'm about to say he's trying to duck the
Golly.
smoke again. He's trying to run away.
Jesus Christ,
I
bro.
agree though, Will. Niner games is bad for your health.
Yes, blood pressure. You're getting a high
Yeah,
blood
man.
pressure watching the game.
Yeah, man. It's not good. It's not good. But you know, um, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just too stressful. I don't know. I feel like we need to get over that hump of just getting the next ring. And every year we get so close. Like we get closer and closer and closer. And it's just like, come on, guys, like get it together. Like, can we finally just get the ring? But
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
We live in that NFC title game, man. We ran our division for a while. Even in the year where we lost to the Rams, we're super competitive. We had to stay healthy, which I think we did, and now we'll see what happens, man. But we
Yeah.
got let we get the goat now. So
Yeah,
rematch,
we gotta play 15. I mean, it was gonna
rematch.
be a rematch either way, but we gotta play 15. And yeah, if he wins the Super Bowl, let's talk about 15 real quick before we get into everything.
We might as well just talk about the game, and then we could just get it to 15 at this point.
Yeah.
Let me just rip off my bad day and
All
I
right,
get
you
out
know
the
what?
way.
All right.
I'm
You
not
know
gonna lie
what?
to you. I'm
We
just
will
rip off
ISO for you, Tweez. We
I
will
was just rip off my
ISO.
bad day to get out
Go
the way.
ahead. Go ahead.
Obviously recapping the AFC Championship. My squad lost, man, 17-10. There was a little I don't know how to feel, right? Because I think even initially going into the game, I had my concerns. Um, you know, Patrick Mahomes has pretty much like I don't know what's happened, but ever since the playoffs, that team has literally turned a 180, right? Like everybody was going into this postseason picturing that the Chiefs this was probably the worst year that they ever had as far as the wide receiver talent. Statistically, I think this is not one of his better years. I think going into the playoffs, the wide receiving core had the most drops of any NFL team. So you would think that okay, maybe they may win a game, but then they may lose in the divisional or maybe even the conference championship even. But little do we know, the Chiefs defense is might as well they top 10, top 3.
Mhm.
Like the way that they have still figured out ways to win games, it don't work for you, William. Sorry. The way that they have found out to find a way to win games is pretty amazing. As far as for the Ravens concerned, I don't really feel bad about the game. I think we just lost to a better team. Um, Lamar didn't really necessarily have the best game, but however, I think that the play calling in the game was very questionable. I think we went away from what's been working from us all year. If you look at it statistically, we ran the least amount of times this game from the whole season. I think we ran 16 times. And I think Lamar threw for about 30, 40 times, which is very uncharacteristic. So even with them stacking the box and daring Lamar to throw it, I think that even the small runs that we did have or the opportunities that we did get, we did break for some big ones or some pretty, being able to move the chain. So I was very shocked at Tom Munkin for having that type of play calling for that game. It was almost like we're trying to beat Patrick Mahomes being Patrick Mahomes. And that's not how we got here. Like Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes for a reason. We have Lamar because Lamar is Lamar. Play to his strengths and we'll cook up after that. And I feel like they nutted up. I think the play calling, the coaching's nutted up and they put Lamar in a bad spot because they forced him to play out of his game where it's no way that you have one of the best rushing offenses in the league and you only get 16 rushing attempts. It doesn't make sense to me. You don't kill a clock. You get Pat Mahomes endless amount of times to try to score. And on top of that, what makes it even worse is that we held Patrick Mahomes scoreless in the second half. So it wasn't like, oh, Pat Mahomes cooked us. He put up 17 points. I think in most cases, if Pat Mahomes is getting 17 points, you have a shot to win this game. And it just wasn't enough. Even with him scoring 17 points, I think they pressed. It was almost like you got the feeling that the Ravens played like they was down by like 24 points. Like how y'all were when y'all feel like, when y'all was down in the second half, it came back and y'all was throwing it. It felt like we was playing like we was down that much. And it was very shocking to see. And it kind of just was it was what it was, man. 15. He just finds ways to win. It's gonna be hard, man. I think we are literally seeing like another GOAT. Like we was able to see Peyton Manning, we was able to see Tom Brady, and now we're literally watching Pat Mahomes pretty much walk into this GOAT conversation year after year. And unfortunately Lamar had to be the
On the
take the
receiving
backlash
end.
for it. Huh?
He was on the receiving end of it.
Yeah, he was on the receiving end, and that, you just chalk it to him being great, man. I could nitpick, like it was missed calls, it was whatever. Like I could nitpick all day with that. I mean, it is what it was, but I think that, yeah, I think just to keep it simple, man, I just think that the coaching didn't play to Lamar's favor, and I think that really hurt, and it kind of made him look like he was not that
he was not what he'd been doing all year. When if you look at his stats, we never played this type of play style throughout the whole year. So I don't know. I just try to chalk it up to bad coaching and keep it pushing on the next year for us.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about it a little bit before you hopped in here, and it was just
Yeah.
to see the Ravens kind of just not play the way that they're used to, or
Yeah.
like it just did. It looked like a different team.
Yeah.
When they're out there playing. Ron and I were looking at like stats and stuff, and like, yeah, you guys held them to not scoring a lot, but for some reason, it just was not falling in your favor when it
Yeah.
came for you guys getting the
Because
ball.
we wasn't running the ball. Like, and even if you look at the rushing attempts, it wasn't like we were struggling running. I think Gus Edwards had like 6 a pop, Lamar had 4 or 5 a pop. So it wasn't like we were struggling running, but it was like almost the coach. The way we played, you couldn't tell what the score was for us. You would have thought we was down a lot more. It was only a 2 possession game, 1 possession game, where if you run the ball and you kill the clock, you slow the game down, but you keep Pat Mahomes off the field and keep your defense getting a break so that way they can keep doing what they were doing. Because the fact that the defense held Pat Mahomes to 0 points in the second half, I can't ask for no more than that. But I can't help it if I keep putting my defense back on the field because you got Lamar throwing it like he's Pat Mahomes.
And you got Flowers dropping it at the end zone.
That hurt. And I think
Bro.
that hurt. That really hurt. I mean, it's not much to really say about that. I'm not mad at the play. He tried to be great. He's a rookie. He been killing all year. So I'm not mad at that. It happens. It's just the breaks, man. It's just the breaks when it comes to certain situations. They missed a couple PI calls, but more or less I could be nitpicking, so I'm not really. It is what it is. But
Yeah.
that fumble at the 1, I mean, Schnee made a hell of a play. I think it's just that simple. He made a hell of a play. Probably the game saving play, if we being honest. That literally changed the whole momentum of how the game was pretty much, I think, probably going to go. Because I think if they score, they get a stop, we probably played the rest of the game a whole lot different. But I feel like they were pressing once they didn't get that touchdown. So it made the game feel a whole lot different. So something to just be aware of in the notice. I think we'll be back. Obviously we have a lot of people to sign next year because I think a lot of our players that play pivotal roles are going into free agency this year. So it'll be interesting to see who we sign and who we don't bring back. But none of the AFC really scare me. I'm gonna be honest with you. As far as like, if you can't really get past the guy, outside of that, everybody else is kind of like they have their days, right? Josh Allen, you kind of don't know what you're gonna get. He plays superhero ball one day.
You don't think the Browns will be better?
It depends how you feel about Deshaun Watson, right? Like they have the same issues we got as far as like they don't know what they're getting for Deshaun Watson, and I'm pretty sure he gonna be pressing because of the fact that he got to match up to what Joe Flacco did. You know what I'm saying? Like Joe Flacco saved their season. So like as Deshaun Watson, they paying you $250 million to be what Lamar is an MVP like quarterback. So if Deshaun Watson ain't gonna do that, then you know what I'm saying? They gonna have a whole bunch of issues already. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. I do like the Browns. I think they're gonna be a good team, but I still feel like we're going to be better than them. I'm not really worried about Miami.
Texans.
Not yet. Well, probably like this. Maybe if their wide receivers come back, they may look a lot. They may look a lot better. But that defense still kind of they gotta get some more pieces defensively. They may be a problem. We'll see. But it's a lot different when quarterbacks going to their second year and now you got a playbook on them. Because a lot of quarterbacks, they may be successful their rookie year, but that sophomore slump is a thing. You know what I mean? So you get some film on them, you kind of see what they like and they don't like. Saying that about CJ Stroud after the year is pretty crazy, but I think he might have a little slump. I don't know what to expect from him from next year, but I think he'll still be pretty good. But yeah, I still like us to be one of the better teams in the AFC North and then the AFC as well. So I think it's just year and year. If you cannot beat Kansas City, this is where you end up at.
Yeah.
Because, if you think about it, Pat Mahomes went through Miami, which was probably at the beginning of the year, probably one of the top 3 teams people projected. The Bills, they started off slow, but ended up being one of the hottest teams in the AFC. Pat Mahomes knocked them off. And we were the top team in the NFL up to this point, and they knocked us off. So it's just like, at the fam, don't look at me with that face because we were.
He ain't lying. He ain't lying.
We were.
Yeah.
Did we
Yeah.
play bad? Did we play bad? For sure. I will be happy to say that. But for me, if I'm going to lose to anybody, it better be 15. If it was to CJ Stroud, if it was to Tua, hell, if it wasn't to Josh Allen, I feel some type of way. But the fact that I lost to Pat Mahomes, you gotta just you shake his hand and you keep it pushing. Cause that's who you aspire to be. It's him. You know what I'm saying? So
Please, I
shout out
disagree
to
a
the
little
team.
bit, man. I disagree. I don't think the better team won on Sunday, man. I think y'all were the better team. I think that from top to
Fair
bottom,
enough.
y'all y'all not only were y'all the best team in the NFL all year coming into that game, y'all was at home. Y'all came out with a lot of swag. I agree with you a lot on you guys got away from your game plan. I do think you guys was pressing a little too much to beat them and trying to come off like the bully. I think y'all seen y'all make a lot of uncharacteristic mistakes throughout the
Bro, we
game.
had eight penalties, I think, for
Yeah,
like 90 or 100 yards. It was just
yeah,
like, it was almost like we was trying to
yeah,
punk Pat Mahomes. And I didn't even like that
yeah,
either when we was doing it.
yeah,
I'm like, bro, just play the game. Even
yeah.
Zay Flowers had a pointless taunting call that was hella unnecessary. It's like, Bram, get back to the huddle. Lamar had to pull him like, fam, what you doing? We trying to score.
You think they got
Every
in y'all head?
No, they weren't in their head.
Nah.
I think that they knew what was there. I think they knew the Super Bowl was right there.
Right.
It was so close. And I think
Right.
that once it's like right there and you could taste it,
Yeah.
you press a little bit. You kind of force
Yeah.
it.
And you
I
got to
think
think about it too, Will. Like the story behind it, playing by Mahomes, stuff
yeah,
like that. It's a lot.
it is
But
a
my bad,
lot.
my
You
bad.
know,
Go ahead. My
no,
bad.
you're right. It is a lot. I tell you, look, to hold Mahomes to 17 points, that's kind of crazy. He only had 60 passing yards in the second half alone. You know, I know him and Kelsey had a big first half, but you guys shut them down for the most part. I tell you what, the Chiefs scored 17 in the Super Bowl. Mahomes not leaving with a ring. So not that I think we're gonna hold them to 17, but that's kind of unheard of. And even for
Yeah.
y'all offense, who's been so prolific all year, the number one rushing team in the NFL, I think you guys got scared of running the ball on second down for whatever reason. You guys would get a good pop on first down. It seems like on second down, coach wanted to get Lamar involved in the passing game, and usually you go incomplete, and now you're forced to throw on third down. And I just wish that you guys would have ran a little bit more on second down, and maybe threw a little bit more on first down, mix it up a little bit. But yeah, you know, Lamar throwing 40 times is crazy. He's going to be the MVP of the league without having to throw 40 times a game. So I don't know why you guys got away from that this week. Yeah, man, it's kind of disappointing because I feel like y'all gave them that game more than KC earned that game. Honestly, I think from the mistakes, the penalties, the game plan, I don't feel like Kansas City earned that. Mahomes had to go out there and win that game. I felt like it was almost gift wrapped a little bit for him to go back to the bowl.
I'm not really mad at that. I agree with that as well. I think to me, in my heart of hearts, I think we lost that game more than they actually won it.
Yeah.
Because like I said, like you mentioned, like we played so out of characteristic, and it was almost like, so funny. Like, I'm a Ravens fan, right? I've never seen so many edits of like Taylor Swift and Lamar and like, oh my God, he's like the great savior. I've never seen that. To me, I think they seen that and the pressure was on because at that point it was a lot at stake. Everybody don't want to see Taylor Swift for another week, even though they about to. Nobody else has been able to beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs outside of Joe Burrow. He's not here. So like with Lamar kind of being the only hope to be superhero, it was just almost like, yeah, I think they were seeing that. And I think the coaches seen that or somebody seen it and fed into that and was like, you know what, we're going to try to beat Patrick Mahomes, but playing his way. And you can't do that. Like you went away from the game plan that got us here.
Yeah.
We don't throw the ball like that. And if we do, it's off of RPO. You give it to your receivers real quick, move the chains. You give it to Flowers and Odell in open space and let them cook. But we move the chains. But you run the ball enough to bring the safeties and everybody in, and that's when you get the play action. You get the Isaiah Likely's, the Mark Andrews involved, in mismatches. You could throw it over the top. That's the way we beat the Texans. So it was shocking. It was just shocking to see that this was what the game plan they went with. And I think that they just I think they was hearing everything around them and not really just locking into the moment because, I mean, obviously, like you said, this is the closest we've been to getting to the Super Bowl probably since 2013. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, I think this was the first home game they've had
Yeah.
there. So like there's a lot on the line. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, it was a very huge moment, and they just dropped the ball, man, and they pretty much just let the Chiefs pretty much snatch that win from them. So
Y'all be back. Y'all
you
still
know,
the Kings of the North. Y'all be back.
yeah, for sure, I agree. I think we'll be back. I think we'll still be one of the top teams in the division. But this is probably one of the better years to probably get one. You know what I mean? Like as far as giving everything that's, I think that I'm thinking about like that everybody's going to do on the back end. You got Jim Harbaugh going to LA with the Chargers. I expect them to kind of be in one of these playoff spots. You got Houston being better. Don't know what Jacksonville going to do, but they probably going to be in the discussion at some point. Cincinnati coming back. It's gonna be tougher to make it. You know what I mean? Next year. So this is the year that like we got to get this one because you just don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I think we'll always be in the conversation. I think even the team has always been talented enough to be in the conversation, but Lamar is supposed to be that put you over the top. We've been in the playoffs multiple years. We almost beat Cincinnati last year. I think we lost the previous year before that. So it's just like we could be there, but Lamar was supposed to help us carry us over. So, but it didn't happen that way.
That game changer.
Yeah, the game changer.
Oh,
Yeah. The game changer. Game changer. Yeah, that part.
Okay. Well, to be fair, those edits that you got with Lamar, the us Niner fans are now getting it with Purdy as the edit of like.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure, it's gonna be OD.
So
it's gonna be OD.
We're getting all those now too.
Slumps.
And the crazy part about it is, bro, y'all finna be seeing them edits for 2 weeks. Like, just if you just go on your timeline on Twitter or whatever on TikTok, you're going to start seeing them edits, and it's gonna be insane. Like, I've never seen so much Lamar hype since he's been drafted. It was insane. It was insane. And now everybody's now all I see is him with the mashup with his face and Joel Embiid. That's all I see now. It's insane, the disrespect. The disrespect to Lamar Jackson is insane. Man. So, it's okay.
Yeah. Well, all I gotta say about that game that happened is Mahomes sent you home. You saw that video? That's what that too. He said, I don't want to hear nothing about Lamar Jackson. I don't want to hear nothing about no this, that. Mahomes sent you home. But I gotta be careful because he might do it to us too. I'm not gonna lie. So, just saying. But yeah, I just think y'all just got a little bit unfortunate there. It was a good game. That was a good
The lights
game,
was too bright. The moment was too big. No, I'm just kidding.
It felt like that though. I'm gonna be honest. No lie. I really felt like I agree. Like I know you said that jokingly, but I think it was.
Yeah.
And I think it was for the team, just off the fact that like everybody was just having uncharacteristic moments, man. And like I said, I think the lights were too bright. And then I think Cincinnati, even if with them not playing the best, they've been there before. The team has been there before, and you've seen that. Mm-hmm. Everything seemed composed. They may not perform the best, but everything seemed organized. There wasn't no out of characteristics play. Yes, they got some calls that went in their favor, but you didn't see nobody acting out of character. There wasn't no unnecessary roughness calls. There wasn't no taunt calls. Maybe I just didn't see them, but it just felt like that team was more composed for that moment.
No, that's real. I think I noticed that too. I was like, man, I'm a firm believer that the refs be cheating for the Chiefs. But even watching stuff back this past week, I was like, man, this ain't even cheating. The Ravens is doing this to themselves. I seen Mahomes catch a clothesline, punch in the face, do headbutting him. I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. So like, I can't even be mad at it.
Yeah, but the Ravens also, it feels like everything, all the chips was in on this game, right? You got Ray Lewis bringing the team out. You got Terrell Suggs coming out third quarter. I'm like, you can just all of Baltimore, hell, all of America was riding on the Ravens to finally end the Taylor Swift and the Kansas City dream run they having. And
Kansas City Travis Kelce's.
I was like, it was crazy because I was seeing it on Twitter. They was like, oh yeah, they're gonna have Ray Lewis and Eddie Reed do the little before game. They're gonna have Terrell Suggs come out at halftime, and I'm like, this is a lot for this. This is a lot. Like I love it because I don't think they've really been a part something like this, but it was just like this is a lot.
That's a lot of pressure to know that like
Right.
these guys are coming out to like support
A
you
lot of
and like they'll be at the
pressure.
game. Like you gotta perform. Like Queen
that's
and
the
all
cra-
them, they gotta
You know what's
perform,
so
bro.
funny and the crazy with all that, the defense still stood on business.
They did.
Couldn't get it
They
done.
did.
Couldn't even get it done.
They did. They really did.
Yeah.
Hamilton is a boy. Let me say that right now. If I ain't never said it before, Hamilton is a boy. Man, that dude is good.
That boy is a unique specimen. He's
Man.
6'4", 6'5", can guard the tight end, can guard the running back, can guard receivers, can play up in the box, make the tackles, and agile to play coverage. Don't know how we got lucky with him. He dropped all the way to 14th. Like I
He's
don't
the
know.
best safety in the field. Period.
Man, I wouldn't be mad at that statement. He's him. He will be him.
Mhm.
Not
He's
Alexander
one of them for sure.
or Sauce Gardner.
Nope. That's a corner.
That's a corner. You talking about
Oh,
safeties?
safety.
This
You talking about
dude
safeties?
is real. Like real.
Now Hufanga?
He better Hufanga. And that's hard.
Yeah.
I'm a USC guy, and Hamilton is a Notre Dame guy, so I shouldn't even be saying
Man,
that.
that's a crazy thing to say that you say that.
But Hamilton is a boy. Like it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very dynamic. I like him a lot. That was a really good pick. He definitely will be. He could easily be a Raven lifer for sure.
Mhm.
He part of that. He could definitely be that. So, yeah, man.
All right, question though.
What's up?
What Mahomes? Why are you guys laughing already?
Because we know you
Like,
finna
all right,
troll,
you about
bro.
to say
Go
something
ahead.
stupid. What Mahomes needs to be considered greater than Brady? Because he's on his way. But what does he need to officially?
I don't think he can because Mahomes two of Mahomes' 3 playoff losses. One came when Brady was with the Pats. Another came in the Super Bowl. Another one came to Joe Burrow. I don't know if he ever beats Brady because he'll never get a shot at him again. He'd have to get 7 rings or 8. However many. Brady got 7. He'd have to get 8 rings.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think talent-wise alone and like what he's accomplished within like his short amount of
He's the greatest quarterback to ever play in the NFL,
Yeah.
I think. But if you're talking about resume, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. So Pat Mahomes may be better. Tom Brady is greater. And that's just part of the resume, I think. Like, because if you think of better, there's a lot of more talent. Like, a lot of people make a case for Aaron Rodgers being better than Brady.
Mhm.
As far as the talent, yes.
Mhm.
But I think that, unfortunately, Pat Mahomes, not only did he lose, he lost to Brady in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So, off that alone, if you don't, like you said, win
with a new team.
With the new team, right. So,
Year
like,
one.
if you don't win 8, it's hard to, but that's such a tall task to ask from him to do. Like, hey, fam, you want to be the GOAT, win 8 rings.
And Brady had a home game. They played that game in Tampa. That Super Bowl was in Tampa.
Yeah. There's no way he was winning that.
He wasn't gonna win that one.
He wasn't winning that. It wasn't that. He wasn't gonna win that one. So I don't know. It kind of just depends. I think that because some people even consider Peyton Manning the GOAT, but he don't really have the resume as far as Peyton. So I think that's all subjective. It's kind of just how you view it, right? Now, if you ask me who I think is greater, is Brady. He has the better resume. But if you ask me if I wanted a quarterback who I'm picking, I'm probably picking Pat Mahomes. Because how did you stop him? Like, how do you stop him?
He got you flabbergasted.
Bam. Like, he pulls a genie out of a hat. And I think also, too, to be fair, he's benefited from his wide receivers actually stepping up. Because Kelsey, up to this point, was definitely not looking like he was shit to be on the back end. They had to sit Tony at home because he wasn't being no type of production. And Rashid Rice, somehow, some way, was like, oh, okay, you can actually ball a little bit. Okay, we can give you the ball more. So his wide receiver core turned a whole 180 because I don't think that if the wide receiver core we seen in the regular season came to like in the playoffs, they probably wouldn't be here. If I'm being honest, I don't think that team. I think everybody was on the right path, but I think that they was all waiting for this wide receiver core because that's a lot of times why they would lose games because their receivers can't get no yards because they wasn't catching the ball.
They suck. call it what it is. Their receiving
What?
force sucks.
Yeah, it's not good.
It sucks.
But like
Yeah.
they came to play at the right time. MVS now became an okay receiver,
Yeah.
but nice enough to get yards when they need it. Like a lot of this stuff has came out of nowhere. It's like they hit a whole switch. So this is probably the worst team offensively that Pat Mahomes has had to work with, and it still has gotten him to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So it's just like, what do you do at this point? But this is also probably the best defense he's had too, since he's been there too as well. So it's tough. It's very tough. It's very tough.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to the Kansas City Travis Kelce's. Y'all made it. At least that's what my wife calls them because that's all she knows. So speaking about Super
took
Bowl,
over that team too. That's crazy.
we got another team that made the Super Bowl over the past weekend.
Oh God.
You know, very well represented here, and them boys is the 1 seed. Usually, the 1 seed is the best team in the league, and they are that one team. So nobody can stop them. They got the best weapons of all time. It's a very dangerous team. So NFC Championship. We had the Lions versus the Niners. It was a nail biter. It definitely was. But Niners got it done. Niners got it done.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we
You sound a little not confident, sir.
no, we got it done. We got it done.
Right.
Took out the Lions were my sleeper team. I've been talking about them all season. I do love the
That's
Lions.
valid.
I
That's
do
very
love
valid.
Jared Goff because Goffy Waffy played for the Cal Bears. Go Bears.
Oh.
But yeah, Goffy Waffy. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's a crazy
So
nickname.
I didn't want to have to do it to him, but unfortunately he had to come see us in Santa Clara in order to try to make the Super Bowl, and it just didn't happen. Thoughts on this game? This was insane. I got high blood pressure now. I'm probably gonna have to go get on some medication or something because this is insane. For them to come out there, and I think the Lions scored in the first 3 drives, if I'm not mistaken. They put up like 21 in the first quarter. It's like, nah, I ain't watching this. We out, bro. So I took myself to church. Okay, I went to church, and lo and behold, service is going and everything, and I have my phone open right next. If my pastors listen to this, I'm sorry. I have my phone right next to me with the ESPN app open, so I can see like updates. I don't have any like apps where I can watch the game live. I have to do the illegal thing that tweet you sent me, but I didn't have that open, so I just did the ESPN thing. You know what I'm talking about. So I had I had the ESPN app open next to me, and I'm getting like these updates, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's 21-7, okay, 23-7, okay, 23-14, all right, whatever. And it was like 24-24 or 23-24. I was like, hey, what's going on? So it just kept going up and up and up. And I just see, the past year, McCaffrey. I didn't watch it. I just seen it going off on my phone.
God.
I watched it later when I got home. I was at church. I was serving the Lord, okay?
I said, oh my God.
Okay. Amen. Praise God. But yeah, I see the score go, and it's like 34-27 or something like that. And then I see it go 34-31, and I was like, oh no. I'm in the back of the pews just like but it finally like updated to where it said final 31-34, and I was like, okay, we actually pulled that one off. But yeah, I went home later and watched the highlights from it. This is that gotta be stressful to watch. My mom was all texting me.
Put the controller down, let the computer play, and end up winning.
Basically,
right.
I'm like,
Oh,
go
man.
full CPU mode on there. But yeah, this was an intense game. We really needed to win this one because we had been playing very badly the past couple of weeks before this. And the Lions ain't no team to be messed around with. But our offense was there. I mean, Jake Moody, he got to go somewhere because, bro, Jake Moody this season was not good. Our defense took a while to wake up. It took them to the second half for them to wake up. But it was pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Okay, so I watched the game. So as a Niner fan, so let me.
And I will follow back. Go ahead. You got it.
Also, a lot of respect to the Lions. Y'all probably know I had a lot of Lions on my fantasy team, so I followed them closely all year. And my boy Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's a USC Trojan. That's my guy. I had Montgomery on the team. So I know these boys and I know what they can do. I ain't gonna lie. I told Will earlier last week, I think we're gonna blow them out. I said I think the Packers kind of woke our game up. I think that, the Packers, gave us a test, gave us a good scare, and now we're gonna be on point. We were not on point. First 30 minutes, we were not. I got to the point where I was like, I chalked it up as a loss. I was like, cool, at least we lost in the NFC Championship and not the Super Bowl. I take the L. I took off the Debo jersey. I'll do it. I was done at halftime. I had gave up. Not gonna lie. Second half, it was a whole new ball game. I think the same way I kind of, judged the Ravens, I judged the Lions on that scale too. I do think we had a little bit more control of how the game went going forward, but the Lions also didn't make it any harder for us either to win that game. Dan Campbell, who I think should probably be coach of the year, made a ton of questionable decisions down the stretch, going forward on fourth down multiple times, electing to not kick field goals, even before the half, settling for 3 instead of going for 6. There was just a lot that they did that I think if you can go back, hindsight is always 2020, but I think they have a better chance of going to the Super Bowl had they just did things right. But they didn't, and the Niners did not have any missteps in the second half. The Niners scored on every single drive in the second half outside of the end of the game where we took a knee. Brock Purdy, hey man,
Top 5 quarterback. Top 5 quarterback. Top 5 quarterback.
When I seen him throw that pick in the first half, I was like, well, okay, I know what Brock we getting today. This we getting Croc Purdy, and man, he turned it around, man. I got a stat for y'all right here that I read, man. It was incredible. Brock threw for 150 plus yards, rushed for 45 yards, completed 80% of his passes, averaged 10 yards per rush, had no turnovers. This is all in the second half, and no quarterback has done this in over 30 years. Brock Purdy, I don't know. He's so hot and cold to me, and it's hard for me to say that because this is a guy who threw for 4,500 yards, 30 plus touchdowns, shattered all the Niners single season records. Man, he scares me. But at the same time, he can really turn it on and be good. He makes some throws sometimes that have me wanting to, pull my hair out, man, throwing back across the middle, over linebackers, all in the danger, and dudes make a play. But man, we get another chance to play for a Super Bowl. Again, I don't feel as confident going into the game because we've been here before and I know what we're up against. But I do think we aren't playing the best version of the Chiefs team over the past few years too. So I think we got a fighter's chance. Also, our defense is kind of ass right now, so I don't know what's going on with them.
Whew, I gotta say, Brock Purdy is the greatest of all time when he can throw the ball off a defender's helmet into his wide receiver hands. That's hard to do. Like for you to know, like, okay, I'm gonna throw it right here, it's gonna hit him in the helmet, and he gonna catch it, and we're gonna be good. Like that's crazy. But he's golden for that.
The Lions secondary is pool. Like we knew that coming into the game. Brock should have threw for 400 yards. Kyle be Kyling sometimes and not calling the game he should. That speaks more to the Lions secondary not being able to catch a cold. So,
Yeah, and just the way that they were rushing him and the pressure was on and he had to scramble. Sometimes he had to use his legs, which people say he don't know how to run, which he obviously proved that wrong this past game. But just scrambling out the pocket. You see him throw it to Juszczyk right there on the side, and he did the little toe tap in, to get that first down. That's some great football right there. That's a man. And then he's over here hitting Debo down the field. He's making sure he's hitting Kittle going down the field too. And then he's just, McCaffrey, I need a break because I'm so great. I'm gonna just hand the ball to you. You go do your thing, McCaffrey. Go do your thing. Go ahead. And he just, McCaffrey's doing his thing, getting touchdown. That's the MVP of the league. Ain't nobody else gonna be touching McCaffrey this season. McCaffrey went crazy. So, we come out here and we do what we do. Like I said, defense, first half, they didn't really do anything. Second half, they turned it on, showed them why we them boys. But, yeah, what you guys say, Tweez?
Real quick,
I'm gonna let you go ahead. You got it.
They called him Lamar Purdy online, man. I didn't know how Tweez felt about him being called Lamar Purdy. Also, back to the Lions ran the ball on us at will in the first half. I mean, these fools getting 10 a pop. Montgomery looked like Barry Sanders out there. It was kind of crazy. Jahmyr Gibbs looked like Barry Sanders 2.0. Like it was crazy. In the second half, I think they ran the ball like 6 times. Like in the whole second half. What is wrong with the Lions? Like,
We had the same playbook as them, respectfully.
oh
We had
my
the same
God.
playbook as them,
Man,
respectfully.
man.
First and foremost, y'all had an interesting time with the NFC North Division as a whole this year. We're gonna start with that. Second of all, as somebody that's watched the Niners play as well, as a I can see if I was a Niner fan, I'd have a heart attack. They have pretty much put y'all on a roller coaster this whole playoff, sequence. From the Packers game being to what it almost looked like it was going to be. But obviously, Jordan Love, rookie experience definitely showed, not even rookie experience, but just not being experienced in the playoffs.
Yeah, we don't care about
showed.
that. What you think of 13?
Can I get to I'm gonna get to 13 in a minute. Can I
need to
cook,
hear.
bro?
You give him some flowers, sir.
I will give him flowers. I'm not giving him
Valentine's Day
top
is
five.
coming up. We got
I'm
a lot
not
of
giving
flowers to
top
give
five
out,
flowers because you can
so-
have that. You can have the top 5 flowers. I'm not giving him that. I will say I never, but I would definitely say he played better in the second half. The Detroit Lions game was very interesting to say because I agree with you, Ron. I thought the game was kind of going to get ugly. I thought that they may have a little juice in the beginning, but I thought that after what y'all had dealt with last week, I'm like, it's no way that they're going to let this happen again. But little did we know, the run defense is kind of suspect over there out of nowhere. Y'all was dominating run defenses, but now it seems like everybody can run the ball. Aaron Jones had a hell of a night. Now you got Jamar Gibbs and David Montgomery out here looking like goddamn shake and bake Chris Johnson and Lindale White. I had to do that for the USC reference. But, it was very interesting. Right now, I think I picked y'all to win. Actually, no, I picked the Lions. Let me not lie. I picked the Lions. But I was just being a hater.
Yeah, what's that?
You,
you didn't win any of the predictions this week, sir. So go ahead.
That's cool. That's fine. I'll take my L's. I might win this one this week. But anyway, I just need to hear no.
But by the way, you owe me a jersey. I'm just gonna put that out there. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know.
I got you.
So I'm between two. I might want me one that has the actual Super Bowl badge on it. So that might be a good one to get. The one that has the actual, because we made the Super Bowl, unlike another team. But might want one of those with the badges on it. If not, I'll settle for the black Navarro Bowman jersey. That'd be a cool one too. But I think I really like the one with the Super Bowl badge on it. So just let you know between the two.
Anyway, can I get back to the game, sir? After you could get off your soliloquies after that. But the game was very odd in the beginning. Like I said, Brock Purdy definitely came out odd. He was making questionable throws. The Lions defense has never been something to, never been really scared of, but they played solid. Obviously the corners is probably their weak point, but it just seemed like they never really, the Niners offense couldn't really get it going, and the defense couldn't stop the run game. So the first half, after it was 24 seconds, 24/7, I'm texting all my Niner fan friends. Nobody's answering the phone. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm like, this is not what I expect to happen. And I'm like, ain't no way they finna come back from this. I'm thinking it's over. I'm not going to lie. I was like, oh, it's a wrap. They just got to probably score one more time, maybe kick a field goal or something, and they good. Second half comes around. I don't remember how the sequence went, but I think they went for it on the 4th and 2. Josh Reynolds drops the ball on the easy curl route, something that he's probably done all year. All right, whatever. I'm not going to sweat it. Is what it is. They've been going for it on 4th down all year. Fuck it. Let your nuts hang. Y'all ain't been here in 30 years. I get it. I probably wouldn't have did that, but you live by the 3, you die by the 3, as they would say. Fine. Purdy comes down, chucks it up, fly ball. Bam.
He wasn't open.
He wasn't open. Thank you. He wasn't open. I don't know if he seen the light. Did he see somebody doing the thizzle dance? I don't know what happened. He just threw it. It came off his hands, hit the face mask. Shout out to Ayuk. Probably made the game-saving play. Because once that catch happened, the whole momentum went this way.
Yep.
And after that, they scored. Literally the next drive, the Lions fumbled a ball on a run play. score right after that, and it just seemed like everything that the Lions had dominated and worked for went out the window within a span of what, 8 minutes, 4 minutes, something like that.
In the
It was
third quarter.
relatively
Yeah.
in
In
the
the
third
third.
quarter. It went away, so it was just like I'm pretty sure it was kind of like, damn, like we got to actually play now.
Mm-hmm.
And when you give teams like the Niners a little bit of juice, you gotta if you're gonna stop on their neck, you better keep their foot on their neck because as you can see, even from the previous week, if you give them any type of momentum, they're gonna take it and they're gonna run with it. And unfortunately, with the Lions, it was just a lot of, like you said, a lot of prideful decisions, I would say. Right. I think that Dan Campbell, as great as he's been, and probably, like you said, probably will be the coach of the year, the way he's gambled, I think he went too much into the way he played, right? Where there's certain possessions where he could have took the field goal. I think he left like maybe 6 points on the table, maybe 6 to 9 points it's on the table. Whereas, granted, I get it, right? Like you've been going for it all season. Y'all been probably one of the most efficient teams going for it. But and the crazy part about it is, right? Not only you going for it, but you're going for it in ways you didn't have to. Like, dog, y'all running 10 a pop. It's 4th and 2. Why are you throwing the ball right here?
Doing us
Run
favors.
it.
Man.
You doing the Niners a favor. It didn't. You just see it time and time again. A lot of times why teams lose these games is because of their coaching.
Mhm.
Prime example, I think with us, our coaches failed the players because I don't think the players played that bad for us to lose. But I think that coaches put them in a position, especially on offense, to not really be productive. I think the same thing for Detroit. You can make the same argument. I think in the second half, once they seen that momentum switch, you see the players start dropping passes. Jared Goff, a couple little overthrows here and there. Josh Reynolds, I could tell he completely got in his head. He couldn't catch a ball into the fourth quarter when it was pretty much garbage time.
Yeah.
But the way that they gambled, it was just very like if you was playing Madden. But it was like you didn't have to do that. Like you could have slowed the game down, run the clock. Your running backs, they was ready. I don't know why he went away from the running back. They wanted this game. They were on a mission. Anytime I seen Jamar Gibbs or Montgomery get the ball, they were running through that whole defense. And unfortunately, man, him being too aggressive, man, cost him a chance to the Super Bowl, unfortunately. And shout out to the Niners, man, for definitely staying composed, because some teams would have melted in, especially having to do everything to get back in the game. But, especially what happened last year, I think that definitely played a factor. Like, we don't want this to happen again. And it proved itself. I mean, Purdy played a really good game in the second half. Definitely a lot of situations where he almost got sacked. He used his legs to and that was definitely something new. You don't really see that from Purdy. I ain't never really seen that all year. So to see him to use his legs to get up out of there, to show a little looseness, I salute to that. He played a really good second half. And obviously, McCaffrey, I'm being honest, if Lamar don't win, McCaffrey my MVP, but that's neither here nor there.
I got a question for you real quick, because I got a question because I thought about this the other day.
Yeah.
I agree with everything you're saying too, even just about I think you were talking about the Chiefs and their championship pedigree, right? And how they were able to keep calm and keep their composure throughout the game.
Yeah.
I think the Niners did that too, to a degree. Now the Niners don't have the championship pedigree that the Chiefs have, but the Niners have been on this stage for the last 5 years. They kind of know what it is, so they can take some punches and then respond. My question to you, as a Ravens fan who's played the Niners on Christmas Day and beat the Niners in Santa Clara, and who's played this Chiefs team and probably should have beat this Chiefs team, who do you give a better chance to, or how much of a chance do you give the Niners to beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl?
Okay, since we could go on that segment, because that'd probably be perfect, right? I'm gonna be honest, because I wanted to talk about this because this is very interesting, right? I think to me this could go two ways. If you want to give me a percentage, I think y'all have, if I'm being honest, I'm gonna say 45%. And the reason why I say that is because y'all gave me 2 games where I've seen y'all start slow. We talked about this even when y'all played us. We talked about this. Don't do this against Pat Mahomes. For the love of God, don't do this against Pat Mahomes. You got away with it with Jared Goff. You got away with it with Jordan Love. Do not do this with Pat Mahomes. I get it. You looking at me crazy with that face, but Ron know what I'm talking about. Don't put yourself in a hole that you got to come back from, especially against the Chiefs, because you know how it's going to play out. It ain't going to play out in y'all favor. And I'm not saying that y'all can't come back and win against them, but out of every team that's happened against, this is not the team you want to do that with, especially because on top of that, this is probably the best defense y'all going to play in the Super Bowl. If we being honest, the Lions defense ain't nothing to cry home about. The Packers defense is solid, but they never was. I don't think they probably statistically they may have been top 15-ish above average, but I think the Chiefs is like top 5 defense in the NFL, especially in the playoffs. So this is going to be the best defense y'all played. Obviously, this is going to be the worst offense y'all played. This is probably this, but Pat Mahomes cover a lot of holes. So if I'm being honest, I say 40-45% because I think also as well, I think it's a flip side to it. I think that if the Niners could slow the game down, I think if Christian McCaffrey can definitely be as effective as he's been pretty much throughout the whole playoffs, Brock Purdy just ain't got to crash the Lambeau. Just don't crash it, man. That's all you got to do. Don't try to outdo Pat Mahomes. You're going to lose that battle. You're going to and see, Ron, he going to cost y'all a Super Bowl.
I know.
Let him come.
I know.
If I'm Brock Purdy, I'm telling him, fam, everybody expect you to play a certain way. You've done everything you needed to do. You got us to this point. You've been putting up 30 points, playing up within your game. Stay within that. Don't try to outdo Pat Mahomes. Yeah. Because I'm going to let you know right now, that's not going to work out for you.
No.
Because I'm telling you, the Chiefs locked us up to 10 points. Granted, it was outside of the play calling, but still, they only let us put up 10 points. Yeah. So, the Chiefs is okay. They gonna be here. They've been here before. They can win it again. The Niners have a shot if they could slow the game down and keep Pat Mahomes off the field, which I think y'all very good at because y'all could run the ball, y'all could kill the clock, y'all have a lot of players that can move the chains. Y'all ain't got to do a big deep play. And you just got to hope that your defense finally wake up and it's like, okay, we're not going to not play how we've been playing this whole season because you can't. The defense that I've seen these past 2 games is not the defense I've been seeing the whole regular season. Like there look like there's a chink in that armor with the run defense in particular. Mm-hmm. Chase Young, they talking about benching him because he don't even want to give no effort. You know what I'm saying? Greenlaw playing his heart out, but he gonna mess around and take himself out the game. You see, he tried to.
He did, yo. I thought he died. I was like, bro, why?
What did he do?
He hit the tight end. He hit Laporta and knocked himself out almost, man.
I think I did see that.
He hit Laporta. He hit him, and then Laporta got up like, "You good?" Like he looked at it like it was nothing. Greenlaw had to get off the field. They had to carry him off damn near. That's how bad it was. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna make my prediction. I'm picking the Chiefs just because of what I've seen them do to us, and I just think that if the defense. I've seen too many slow starts from the Niners to me to think if I see this again, it won't be the result y'all want. Yeah. And that's my biggest fear is that y'all going to have a slow start and it's going to be in the Super Bowl. And that's what I'm afraid of because we've seen it time and time again. When you play these good teams and you have these slow starts, y'all did it against the Eagles that were good at that time, right? Y'all started off slow. They just couldn't take advantage of it. Y'all did it with us, ran it off the field. Y'all did it with the Packers. They got an early lead. They just was too young and inexperienced. Y'all did the same thing with the Lions. I'm kind of expecting that now. I know it's the Super Bowl, right? It should be a little different, but I'm kind of expecting like it take a moment for y'all to get in the game. But I don't want y'all to take that so much time to the point where y'all get out of the game against Pat Mahomes because all he gonna do is play keep away. Mm-hmm. I don't think he gonna try to run up the score. He gonna try to play keep away. Once he get us a decent lead, they gonna try to play keep away. And I don't want to have to put the game in Brock Purdy hands if I don't have to. That's just me though. So, but I got the Chiefs. And I'm being honest, I got the Chiefs. And that's the reason why though.
Yeah. Who you got, Ron?
But yeah, I say 45-55% chance. Just to put it in a nutshell. 45-55.
Come on, you know who I got, But yeah, I got the Niners. 24-21. I think it's gonna be a little bit lower scoring too. I think the KC's offense still isn't the greatest, and the Niners defense also isn't the greatest. but also Casey's defense is really good, and the Niners' offense has been prone to struggle in the first half. So I don't think it's going to be a shootout. I don't think we'll see, kind of what we seen last year with the Eagles in Kansas City. But I do think the Niners have a few more bullets than the Chiefs have. Again, the big difference is that quarterback. All due respect to Brock Purdy and the tremendous year he's had, and even just early career he's had in the last 2 years. You going against a monster on the other side. So hopefully the Niners defense can figure it out. That's kind of what it comes down to for me. I think the Niners will score points. I think Kyle will find a way to get guys open in the space, but we got to play defense, man, and that's what it comes down to. Don't let them boys for the Chiefs start catching balls all of a sudden, and let Pacheco start, getting 10 a pop. Then we got a real problem if Pacheco is ripping them off. He a little Marshawn Lynch clone already. Don't let him start going crazy. But yeah, I got us 24-21. I think Moody kind of redeems himself and figure it out. Will.
What was that? Huh?
It's up to you. Yeah, I gave my
Okay.
prediction.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I definitely got the Niners. I think the score is probably gonna be like 45-13. I just think
I just can't get one serious
gonna-
moment out of you, huh?
we got-
Everything got to be troll,
I feel like the Niners defense is really just gonna come out there and do what they got to do because they haven't been performing very well. So they're gonna lock it in and they're gonna get ready to go. And it's revenge tour out here because we got to make sure we get our lick back off that. Mahomes, I think, dang, this gonna sound crazy. I think Fred Warner splits straight through the line, grabs him, breaks his leg. It's just what's gonna happen. And,
Why would you say that?
It's
You don't want that.
unfortunate. It's
You are
unfortunate.
the
I don't want to win a
It's
game like that.
It's unfortunate, but sometimes
I
it
don't want to
happens
win
in
like that.
football. It happens in football. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to get a ring. Obviously the Ravens was trying to do what they had to do, but it didn't work out for them. They got too emotional. But yeah, we gonna go out there and do what we gotta do. We're gonna go do what we gotta do. It's gonna be good though.
You're gonna be that dude to give the team bulletin board material. How everybody be. Don't do that.
I promise you,
Don't
William, I can't. Well, okay, so wait, because we gotta wait a whole other week too. That's crazy part.
Crazy.
So yeah, like 45-13.
Take that back. You need to repent, bro.
Well,
I said it's gonna sound crazy.
One, you better hope to God y'all win on next Sunday, because I promise you that pod when we come back that Tuesday. Oh man, you're not gonna want to see me.
And I ain't gonna be here to save you lose. So
Yeah, you and he not gonna be here to save you because I promise you these little Baltimore shots. I got you. But I mean, I didn't even get my score. I don't know. It's tough. I think I'm along the lines with you, Ron. I'm thinking like a 21-17, kind of similar to kind of how we had it. The X factors is the receiving core of receivers, Brock Purdy.
mm-hmm.
I think those are the two X factors, right? Yeah, I mean, you can even make an argument for the Niners defense, but I mean, I would expect for them to kind of wake up. Like, y'all been here before. Y'all know how hard it is to get here. Y'all fought so hard to get back to this point after what happened last year. I wouldn't expect you to kind of. I'm gonna just chalk it up to, let's say y'all slept through those 2 games because it's the playoffs. Y'all been there. I'm gonna just chalk it up to y'all slept that one. Y'all slept those. Y'all didn't expect those to happen. Y'all wasn't ready for it, and it happened. But you know what's coming with this guy over here, number 15. So I would hope that y'all would. That's what I'm saying. So I would hope that y'all will wake up sooner than what y'all been doing these past couple of weeks. So it would give me the impression that, okay, it's not going to be an easy one. But I think for the Kansas City Chiefs, if they wide receivers play good, I think it's going to be tough. I think Isaiah Pacheco go give you what he going to give you. You know what I mean? He not going to break for nothing crazy, but he going to help move the chains. Very solid running back. You know what I mean? He's just a chain mover. But the wide receivers are kind of dictate the game. I think Kelsey and Warner gonna be a matchup that we're gonna have to see. I don't think they're gonna throw a safety on them. So Fred Warner gonna probably have a responsibility, maybe a chuck here and there, but he got to guard them. And whatever Rashid Rice and MVS and the boys give them. I mean, obviously, I think the Niners cornerbacks are very, they can get the job done. They can guard them. So
against them, yeah,
for sure. But also, too, I think a nice matchup. I think they're going to let Snead and Ayuk be one-on-one. I don't think they're going to have no help on them. I think it's just going to be them two. I think McDuffie on Debo. I don't know. It's going to be interesting because Snead very physical. He might switch between him and Debo. Like they may do a little in between. McDuffie may do. You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting to see. But I definitely want to see that duo matchup because that's going to be something very to look out for. But yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see the little minor matchups, the little one-on-one battles. It's gonna be very interesting to see. So, outside of probably Taylor Swift being shown in the stands every 5 minutes or 2 seconds.
It's funny how we feel about this game. If this was 5 weeks ago, even towards the end of the regular season, we wouldn't have felt this way about this game. We would probably have the Niners heavily favored. But
yeah, I think the score he's thinking about is if it's like week 8. That's the score you're thinking about your team. Like if it's like week 8,
we just the Cowboys.
Yeah, all right, yeah, exactly. Y'all for to pack them up, but it's just crazy because the Chiefs have looked at so much better since then, and y'all have kind of taken a step back as far as how y'all looked. Especially in the areas that that teams have been afraid of y'all in, and especially like defensively. You know what I'm saying? Like the run defense, it was like, damn, y'all didn't want to do that. You got Fred Warner and Greenlaw. You don't want to go deal with that, but shit. I mean, Aaron Jones had damn near fucking playoff record. David Montgomery, Jamar Gibbs before the coach got fucking amnesia and didn't want to give him the ball. They was unguardable. So
it was, man.
So it gets to a point, man. It's just like, just kind of, and it's two great coaches, right? Both of them have been here before, composed, some more than others, because Kyle Shanahan, he's definitely, you better watch out for him because he's the same. I told William this in the middle of the season. He's the same coach that lost a 28-3 Super Bowl.
Kyle all the time.
That trait is still there. So as great as he looked, that trait is still there. So he got some shit he got to prove too.
As great as this Brock Purdy.
Also, let me add this. He also, when we played the Chiefs in the Super Bowl 4 years ago, we had a 10-point lead with 7 minutes to go and blew that to Patrick.
Didn't want to run the ball. He tried to get too cute.
7 minutes ago, 10-point lead. We blew it. You could blame Jimmy Garoppolo or whatever. We should have won that Super Bowl. So,
yeah, for sure.
Learn from your mistakes. It's all good.
But I'm just saying he's 0-2. He's 0-2 in Super Bowls. So this is this is the coach. As great as the offense has been, this is still a hurdle he has to come over. So we're going to see what the play calling going to look like. Is he going to try to get cute again and make Brock Purdy be the GOAT or the quote-unquote GOAT that you think he is? Or is he going to play what he should play and feed McCaffrey the main reason why y'all there?
Yeah. He may get 23 the ball.
Give 23 the ball
30 times.
I don't care. I don't care if you throwing it to him. I don't care if he getting it a handoff, whatever. Yep. If the game plan ain't ran through Debo and Christian McCaffrey, we're gonna have a problem.
We're gonna lose a game. That's it.
We're gonna lose a game. I dare you. Let Brock Purdy throw 40 times. Let's see how that work out.
Like I say, he's probably gonna drop like 45 points.
If Brock throw 40 times, it's because our defense ain't stopping him, and that's got to be the only reason.
That's got to be the only reason. That's the only reason I should see Brock Purdy throw that many times.
Yeah.
So, well,
we'll see.
That's the one.
Yeah, so funny. Look, I was just thinking about it. We probably should do this podcast next week, but
no, we can talk about like the Pro Bowl or like the awards given.
We're not going to do an hour about the Pro Bowl, bro. I'm not.
The awards. We got the awards coming out.
You want to do an hour on awards?
Yeah, we talk about who got what and who deserves it, who didn't. Because
all right, I'll let you rock. I gotta look at the finalists too. There's a long list too. Oh, matter of fact, I got a segment too. It's called 4th and 1 because this podcast is almost over, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna have a new segment. It's gonna call 4th and 1. It's the one we're gonna do, and at the end of podcast, right? So what play do you usually run at 4th and 1?
You run it.
What play is it though?
Quarterback sneak.
Exactly. So you go ahead before the end of the pod.
Push.
We'll sneak in something that we want to talk about right before the end of the pod. Go ahead. What's your 4th and 1?
The tush push.
Fam. Is there anything else you want to talk about real quick before we end the pod?
Sir? Oh, I thought you was real still. Wait, hold on. What's going on?
The segment is called 4th and 1. The reason why it's called 4th and 1 is because you want to sneak in something that you want to talk about before we end the pod. a la QB sneak.
Okay.
You don't get it, do you?
Well,
No, I don't know what you're talking about
Oh,
right now, sir.
God.
I'll just say, you mentioned this earlier. Shout out Jim Harbaugh, who just accepted a job with the Chargers. I think that's something to look out for next year. Yeah,
Game changer. I think he's gonna be a game changer for them. I like that with Justin Herbert.
Oh,
Herbert
I saw
needed.
something.
Mhm.
I saw Bill Belichick gonna go coach Michigan. And he gonna get Tom Brady because Tom Brady still has a 1-year contract to do college.
What?
Tom Brady
That's
still
why he
has
only
1 year
appreciate it,
eligibility to
man.
play in college ball. So Bill Belichick
Yeah,
gonna
you
go
know
coach.
what, bro? It's been an episode of the Fourth
He gonna
Rounders
get Tom Brady,
podcast.
and then they gonna win another chip, but it's gonna be the college chip, and he gonna be an NFL chip.
I
Because
promise you,
SC
bro.
in the Big Ten now. I don't think so. Anyway,
I did not know you was an SC fan. Okay, you real quick. This is my 4 for 1 since he's here.
yeah.
You are an SC fan because my uncle and my cousins are really big SC fans. I was one of the ones that was like an outcast. So like I remember blatantly,
He always had a
especially like
jacket
the
on.
fact. But like it was so funny, right? Because like all my family was SC fans. So remember when they played Texas in the national championship with
I
Vince
try to
Young?
forget it every day. Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
So
five.
oh my God. I was like probably like 10, I think, at that time. The feeling I had when Vince Young won that game. Oh my God, unreal. But it was a hell of a game. But
It also
USC
made me a big Vince Young fan, though, too. After that, like I wore number 10 the rest of my life because of Vince Young, because
Oh,
of
really?
how dope he was to me, that he was able to do
Yeah.
that and break my heart like that. Yeah, I became a big
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah. Because like SC was what Bama is today at that time
Mhm.
during the 2000s. Like everything ran through SC
Yeah.
at that time. They were dominant. It's crazy how it ended up what it is now, but man, that was a time. But
Oh,
the reason why I
wow.
say that because obviously Caleb Williams being the
Mhm.
future potential #1 draft pick. I didn't really watch every game, but I try to watch as much as I can. Obviously, the running theme is he's a great dynamic quarterback, similar to Pat Mahomes. But obviously, they did really win too many games because the defense they couldn't stop a nosebleed. From your evaluation of him, where do you see him in the grand scheme of things? Do you think he's a #1 overall pick, or like, do you think there's some limitations to his game? What's your thoughts on Caleb Williams?
I think he's a great number 1 overall pick. I think he should be number 1 overall pick. I don't think it should be to the Bears, though. I think the Raiders need to find a way to get that pick.
Really?
I've been saying that for a little while now. The only flaws to his game, I think, was at SC playing under Lincoln Riley for the last 3 years. He had a lot of control in the offense. Caleb made a lot of changes at the line of scrimmage pre-snap, get us
It
in the
seemed like it, yeah.
yeah, where he just wanted to play street ball too, but it was a little bit not in control, I would say. So, you know, he's great though. He's probably the greatest college quarterback I've ever seen play. Definitely the best USC Trojan quarterback I've ever seen play. And it was a pleasure to watch him. I'm excited for him in the NFL. I hope he's not in our division anywhere, so I don't got to root against him. But whoever gets him, they're gonna be lucky to have him.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I hope he don't go to the Bears. I think, but everybody's kind of lining that up for that to happen. But I don't know what they're gonna do with Justin Fields. So it definitely be interesting to see. Like I said, from the games I've seen, he looked like pretty much Pat Mahomes light. Yeah, I mean, he looked like he coming from that cloth. So definitely a dynamic quarterback. But like you said, I've seen it too. Like he does make a lot of switches at the line. It feel like he is trying to play backyard football a lot. And I know obviously in NFL you're not gonna get away with that. You got to pack that up. So, and it was crazy because I just seen a TikTok of somebody like dissecting his game, and he was like missing like easy reads that you would think that type of quarterback would see, but he was trying to be such a flash. It was like
Too much.
too little, too much. So yeah, okay, all right. I just wanted to get an idea of him just to see what it's
I
like.
love to see him on the Steelers. I know you don't like that, but I think that'd be a great spot for him.
I ain't mad at that. They need a quarterback. They need something. They need something.
I think
need
they get
something.
Russell Wilson. That's probably an off-season talk, but I think Russell Wilson ends up on the Steelers with Tom.
Okay, hold on that thought. I'm not really mad at that. Hold on
They
to
say
that
he was
thought.
going to the Raiders.
Who?
I'm
Russell
not mad at that
Wilson?
either,
Russell
though.
Wilson was going to go to the Raiders.
I'm not mad at that either.
The holy man in Vegas? He don't even seem right in the Raider. Could you imagine Russell Wilson in a Raider uniform?
Let's be real. He could be on the Saints. Like,
Put him on the Saints. Put him on the Commanders or something. I don't know, but don't put him with Vegas.
That's what's gonna happen too.
Oh, that don't. Ooh, that'd be a crazy fit.
That would
Not
be
gonna lie, I don't really like that fit at all. Not gonna lie, ain't bad at that. Okay, well, anyone, Will, any last words?
Bang, bang, not a gang.
Yeah.
Bang,
All right.
bang, not a gang.
Thank you, fellas, for having me on again, man. I appreciate it as always.
Appreciate you, Ryan, as always, bro. It's always a pleasure. You're always welcome. Yeah. You want anything you want to plug in as far as channel concerned? I see you got your new whip. You feel me? That thing looking nice. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog.
I appreciate it. Got a new whip. I'm in the Civic Type R now, so we should be hitting the track real soon. You can follow me on socials at Ron B Racing, RONB Racing. It's all car content though, so don't come there looking for any on the field sports.
Oh yeah. Plus, he got the clean whip. The Civic is nice. It's looking real clean, dog. That white and the black. It was crazy because I seen the video. You had the magazine. I was like, that's that manifestation. You know what I'm saying? That thing clean. That thing was clean, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I appreciate it.
So yeah, that's what's up, man. But anyway. Appreciate y'all for watching us. It's been another lovely episode of the Fourth Rounders podcast, and we will catch you guys next week. We will talk about the awards and who we think should win it. You see, wait, real quick. You see, they finna play Madden as like a Pro Bowl game, skill competition thing. I just seen it the other day. Like,
my money on Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray,
right? Because he's the only person that played. He's the only person that really played that. We know played either him or Diggs, because I think they're the only people that really play Madden for real. Yeah. But yeah, I guess they're gonna have. I think it's gonna be counted for a point. They're gonna have like a Madden competition. Who could play Madden the best? I don't know. It's gonna be.
What happened to the game we love, man? What happened to the game we love?
Money.
Yeah, soft
money, soft. Yeah, yeah. We'll probably talk a little bit about that because the Pro Bowl didn't turn. I don't know what is it now.
Like flag.
What is the Pro Bowl like? This
flag football 7-on-7.
I think they really trying to make that like a thing for real, like soon. Like it probably just let a couple most bad CTEs happen. We gonna be watching football with no pads. So
it's coming.
Damn. Well, all right, y'all. It's been real. We'll catch y'all next time. Peace.